Can you believe it's been 20 years since we've been able to play this fantastic game? Whether or not you played in 1998 or any of the years since, I know many of you have rediscovered the game and are still here today. You've no doubt moved your militia to the blue flag, experienced the thrill of being victorious, beaten and maybe even been beaten by your friends. You've no doubt been converted, welcomed and embraced by one of the warmest and most dedicated online gaming communities that has ever existed and that I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of.
I think it's hard to believe Age of Mythology came out 16 years ago, back in 2002, and it's still a brilliant game. I still look back at Age of Mythology very fondly, and I think there's a lot of childhood memories there. Certainly for me, but also a lot of other people. The adventures of Arcantos, god powers, myth units. It was the perfect spin-off, and still one of my favorite games to watch even today, except back in 2002, really, you'd only be watching it through the recorded game feature. There really was no VODs or live streams, at least not like we have today, because it was 2005 that finally the world had YouTube.com. Which is amazing to think about, because it seems like YouTube has been around forever, but really there was a time when there was no commentary or shoutcasting, and, this was the dawn of new media, YouTube. I think it was very much responsible for keeping Age of Empires alive and getting us to where we are today. 2005 is also a really big year for Microsoft. Age of Empires 3 is released, and man, does that game melt everyone's PC. Even today, people don't run Age of Empires 3 in maximum graphics settings, and I think it's a very impressive looking game. Certainly for its time, but for me, it's not graphics, it's the gameplay that stands out. Age of Empires 3 is without a doubt my favorite game of all time. The home city shipment mechanic is decisively the game's most well-known feature. It's just this mechanic that every couple of minutes allows you to sort of shift gear, so to speak, with your game plan. And for me, it makes Age of Empires 3 this very fast-paced and exciting game to watch.
AoE Zone, formerly known as AOC Zone, has been the hub of competitive Age of Empires 2 for most of the past decade. Almost all major tournaments have been hosted on the forum, and it still contains many recorded games from past tournaments. This allows anyone who wants to follow the career of players to do so, simply by seeing games from when they first started playing, all the way to the current day, and even, hopefully, into the future.
The childhood memories and the realization that they didn't have to be forgotten, that was a really, really big motivator to me. That, and of course the dream that one day Age of Empires could become something more, that it could perhaps one day become an esport. I've always felt that it has the potential to be watched by millions of people around the world, but we still have a long way to go before we can get there. However, with the advent of streaming, it's certainly brought us together to cheer and to shout, whether you're rooting for the Viper or maybe the Lord and Saviour Doubt.
I played Age of Empires 2 as a kid, but I only ever really played 4-hour-long games versus the AI. But when the HD release came out in 2013, it really brought me back to the game and got me started playing multiplayer. I quickly found a group of friends to play with, and together we struggled to improve and get good at the game. As I was pulled deeper and deeper into the community, I started watching Twitch streams and seeing that the pro players were playing on Verbally, I decided that I would start to play there as well.
The rise of ESOC, or ESOC, ESO-community.net, which launched in 2015 with the very first of many seasonal tournaments. And today, ESOC is the focal point for everything Age of Empires 3, a website built by the community, for the community, crowdfunding its own tournaments and covering them on Twitch. It amazes me how unified and cohesive the Age 3 scene is. And what we've managed to accomplish purely from voluntary user contributions is astounding to me. We've sort of forged this brand and identity owned purely by us as a community, and it's something that I'm very proud to be a part of.
Around the end of, was it 2016? I think probably October, November-ish, Zach approached me asking if I would help him organize and run the Battle for Angkor tournament along with T-West for a small payment, basically. And my immediate reaction was, wow, I can earn money doing this thing that I've been doing for free for so long. Well, since then, we've had an absolute blast organizing events, planning what we would like to do in the future for Age of Empires events, and most importantly, traveling to awesome meetups and meeting so many amazing members of this community. And really, I hope that as the Age of Empires franchise continues to grow in the future, more and more people can be fortunate enough to travel and participate in these meetups, meet the pro players, meet the casters, and just, integrate themselves in this wonderful, wonderful community.
Who would have thought, after 20 years of random maps, regicides and death matches, we'd still be going strong? And not just that, but growing year on year. And 2018 has been one of the biggest years yet. Escape Gaming was a start, but we're here to announce something new. We want to take it one step further, and that's why we're launching EscapeTV, a brand new dedicated studio space for all things Age of Empires related. A project to bring more people and communities together and providing a space to do things that we never thought were possible before. With the community's support, we can build a professional environment to host LAN events, meetups, live event coverage, and create some of the best entertainment that you've seen yet. This project is more than anything I could achieve on my own. And if Age of Empires is going to become a real esport, then we need to make it more real. We need a team, we need a structure, and we need a space to make all of these things happen. Along with Robo, Interjection, and Ham as permanent staff members, we want to give Age of Empires the biggest push forward in 2019 possible with the EscapeTV studio.
Know me or not, my name is Ham, and I'm more than happy to be a part of this Age of Empires experience with ZeroEmpires, Robo, and Interjection. As you already know, we've created and planted a great idea for the Age community to grow and turn into the real esport we've all dreamed about. 20 years is a long time for a game to survive the aging of time, but it seems that the game we've all come to finally love is getting its deserved spotlight, and it's incredibly exciting to be a part of. So what's the big plan? Being live 25 hours, 5 days a week. A show dedicated to Age of Empires. A live physical space and a new space that lets ideas thrive and come to life. This isn't just for us, but it's for everyone else. The Age community is probably, if not the most good-hearted body of people to be a part of. From the top players in the world, the community supporters and developers, it's amazing to see the amount of love this game gets.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we can achieve with all of the communities, with Escape. This is going to be huge.
While hosting Nilly's Apartment Cup, I had the pleasure to experience all the benefits of an offline tournament. The intensity of the games, because the players could see each other while playing. We as the viewers could see the reactions via webcams. The casting quality was so much higher because the casters were sitting next to each other. And now I have high hopes for the EscapeTV studio, also with the possibility to play in front of a big audience and the possibility to host team game tournaments offline as well. I'm excited for that.
It all starts with our launch event on the 18th of January. It's just around the corner. And that's going to be followed by 2 days on the 19th and 20th of January of 1v1 action between the Viper, Tato, Leary and MBL, who will be competing for $2,500 on LAN. Join us and the live audience on EscapeTV, and let's look forward to 2019 together.